everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today, I have three books, all short, all devastating, and nothing will do what you expect. So, the three books that I'm talking about is A Guardian and a Thief by Megha Majumdar, Hunchback by Sao Ichikawa, and A Leopard Skin Hat by Anne Sherry. Now I'm gonna start. Why I picked all these three books is because all three books ask the same secret question, and the secret question is that what do we owe the people that we love when the whole world doesn't cooperate? So the very first book is A Guardian and a Thief by Megha Majumdar. This was Megha Majumdar sets her second novel in the nearest future, in the near future Kolkata, and this feels uncomfortably very close. You know, there's this the whole city is swollen with climate refugees, heat, famine, flood. It also feels like something that is going to happen in the near future. And in this world, we will meet Ma with her 2-year-old daughter and an elderly father, Dadu. They have their visas, they have their immigration documents, they have their tickets, and they are set to fly to Michigan in 7 days. But the morning that they wake up, they find the purse is gone, the immigration documents are gone, the visas are gone, food, stock, everything is stolen. And now, what Megha Majumdar does next is so brilliant that she follows just not this character called Ma, but she follows the thief too. Now, this thief that I'm talking about is a man named Goomba, and the love that he has for his family has pulled him into this crime. The same way, the same way that the love for Ma's family is pulling her to the city where she is hunting down this thief. And we are talking about these two people who are operating from the same place of ferocious love. They are trying to create havoc in each other's life without meaning to, and everything is driven by this deep-seated love and deep-seated, you know, act of protecting one's own family. And at the end of the book, the question really is, who is the guardian? Who is the guardian? Who is the thief? And at the end of the novel, the title flips into your own hand, and you got to make that call because both are actually operating from the point of love, right? I'm not going to tell you what happens, but just that the ending is going to wreck you up. And I think Milka Majumdar earns every bit of the story. It's so beautifully written. Every statement, uh, every sentence actually feels like a visual. You would be able to like picturize it. It's beautiful. The second book is slightly different and completely shifts to a different tangent altogether. It's so brazen and so radical in its vitality, and it's Hunchback by Sao Hichikawa. Now, this book is written by a writer who has won Japan's most prestigious literary prize. And this book revolves around this character called Shaka. Now, Shaka is born with a muscle disorder, a severe spine curvature, electric chair, electric wheelchair, ventilators, and she's one of those people that needs to be taken care of. And she is residing in this care home in Tokyo, and there's four walls that she's residing within. It becomes her own world. So everything she does is online. She studies, she argues, and the best part, she writes explicitly erotic fiction. And one fine day, what happens is that a male carer comes and says that, hey, you know what? I have written all of your writing. Now, originally or technically, what people would do is, taken aback, right? But she pitches a very indecent proposal. She always wanted to get pregnant and have an abortion because, see, the whole story revolves around this character, this body, Shaka's body, which is categorized as a body that doesn't participate in desires. It's just one of those body that exists in the corner of your room. You need to manage it, you need to take care of it, you need to look after it. And she is such a strong character. She refuses to do that. and loudly so, loudly, publicly, unapologetically. And there's a statement, there's this beautiful statement that she says, and I don't remember the exact word, but I'm just gonna paraphrase, and that is Japan's Japan operates on the assumption that the disabled people doesn't exist in the society, and they have no consideration whatsoever. And I think that deeply moved something within me, because it's just not about Japan, it's about every other country in the world, that disabled people are just somebody in the corner of your house. And no matter how they try to become the part of the society is so uptight about it, that it just zeroes down to how weak they are, and how you need to constantly take care of them. And it's deeply saddening. All right, the other book is this beautiful book called A Leopard Skin Hat. It's a very tiny book, but trust me when I say that it took me 3 days to finish it off. Now, this story is about a narrator. That's what his name is. He doesn't go by any other name. And how he is trying to reconstruct his childhood friend, Fanny. Now, Fanny dies at the age of 45, and she was going through a severe psychological disorder, and she's gone through that most of her adult life. Now she's dead, and the narrator is trying to figure out who she was. Was she really the person he knew, or she was someone else he never knew? Now, this book is so beautifully constructed between different series, different small scenes, fragments, memories, and I honestly feel that's how grief works. Grief never gives you the power or the control of having the full picture. It comes in full flashes. Sorry, it comes in flashes, and so beautifully written, because every chapter takes you to one or the other story between the narrator and Fanny, and it constantly moves between the tension and the friendship between them, and this narrator who was so completely in love with Fanny, and it was of course a platonic kind of love across decades. And about I was talking about the grief, right? It comes in flashes. So one day, he's trying to remember how Fanny would laugh at things which other people will not find funny, and how she would go to the shop and buy this leopard skin hat, and when she wears it, she becomes a very different person, the person or the women he never knew of. So yeah, the whole book moves between who he knew, who he wants to know, who this woman was, this leopard skin hat woman was. Um, yeah, so I think these are the three books I wanted to, discuss about. Very unrippling reality in all these three books. And all these three books would ask you the same question all over again, that what do we owe the people we love when the whole world doesn't cooperate us? Because sometimes love isn't enough, right? So one story is about this this country, this city who is which is swollen by climate refugees, and the chase behind the clock, and the other is women, I would say a disabled women who refuses to be invisible, and of course a woman who is going through a psychological disorder, and she refuses to be simplified. So pick one book, very short books, pick one this weekend, and let me know which book calls out for you, and I will see you on the next book talk. Thank you. Which okay. And I don't know how it was, but I don't have patience to do it.